In the digital age we live in, what are you doing to keep yourself safe?
You likely know much of your personal information may be freely available to the public. In fact, sometimes it only takes your vehicle identification number to be searched to find your name and where you live.
In this special report, ABC 17's Alyssa Toomey digs into how you can keep yourself cyber secure.
There are hundreds of websites that provide personal information. What's even more concerning is the fact that this data collection is almost completely unregulated. I took a closer look at the laws out there to protect us and how we can keep ourselves safe.
In the digital age we live in, are you really as safe as you think you are?
Did you guys know that with just a simple search of your VIN number, that oftentimes there are websites out there that will pull up your personal information, your name, your address, where you live?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that at all.
VIN.place is just one of hundreds of websites that provides personal information. With a simple VIN number search, you can often find the name of the vehicle's owner as well as where that person lives. While it may be unnerving, officials say most of these websites are 100% legal. That's because through our internet use, we leave a digital footprint and provide our own personal information more often than we may think.
Is how much information is gathered about you that you're not even aware of. You visit a website, somebody knows. You make a phone call, somebody knows.
But what does this mean for our personal security in an age where we Google everything? Law enforcement officials say your best defense is being wary of what you put out there to begin with.
We're never going to go back to the way things were in the 50s and 60s and 70s, but we stress be very, very careful about who you give your information to.
I emailed VIN.place to find out where they get their information. I never heard back, but a notice on their website says all the information is public.
Frankly, the mere gathering of publicly available information and using that data in a commercial way and selling that data, not only is it lawful, it's largely unregulated.
As technology gets better and better, deputies say they have seen a rise in crime. But when it comes to legal ramifications, lawmakers seem to be one step behind.
There are no laws that say that data brokers, as we call them, need to be licensed or need to be performed to a certain level of accuracy. There is no legal framework at this point to even begin to regulate that activity.
While the gathering of data may be unregulated, authorities say there are legal consequences if that data is used for criminal activity. But tracking down those criminals is easier said than done.
It's very difficult to make cases on some of these people. Many of these individuals who perpetrate criminal activity online are pretty good at covering their tracks.
In terms of legislation, officials say one legal roadblock is defining consent in the digital age. As a society, we have yet to determine what's public and what's private information.
Is consent even part of it? What is consent in this day and age?
We kind of give consent if we're posting it all online, but I don't know, that's kind of risky.
Well, at this point, there's almost nothing left that's private, so that's a real problem.
One way to protect yourself is to opt out of some of these websites. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the information you provide. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
I think preemptive is a good word. Instead of opting out, do everything you can to where your name doesn't wind up on one of these websites in the first place.
Just because a merchant asks you for information doesn't necessarily mean that it's vital to that transaction or that it's required in any way.
These Columbia residents say they're going to be a little more careful and look into that opt-out feature.
Maybe I'm going to check it out for sure.
I'm going to check it out. It's crazy.
You can find more information on our website, abc17news.com. Alyssa Toomey, ABC 17 News.